Hey guys, in today's video I like to make a guide on how you can beat the final boss in the Trial of the Sekhema, Zaroth. So he's the boss on the 4th floor and you need to kill him in order to get your final ascendancy point. And there's also some good loot that the boss drops, such as the Temporalis against the Darkness Jewel, and also in the final room there's a chance for a lucky chest to spawn that gives you the Grand Spectrum Jewels. So there's quite a good amount of loot that you can get from farming this boss. The only catch is that it takes a while because there are 4 floors, as you know, and if you mess up on the final boss, you just lose out on the whole run. So a lot of people are afraid to do this, or they rather do the ultimatum trials because that is shorter and it's less time consuming than this. But in this video, hopefully I will go over how you can kill this boss easily and basically make you feel more comfortable farming it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you are stacking your honor resistance to the max 75%. Now when you're starting out, you won't have that many relics, so I think I was initially just running probably something like that, but you should be able to stack enough honor resistance up to 75% from the relics that you find from your first 2 trials. So again, the max is 75%, and that makes a big difference in your runs. Another good stat is a maximum honor. I don't have any right here, but that is also a good quality stat. Maximum life is good, and also a little movement speed is good. Which brings me to my next point, which is movement speed. So you want at least 30% in my opinion for your boots, and that is because for Zaroth there is the phase where he spins the clock and you need to move around the arena, and you need enough movement speed to comfortably do that. So make sure you get at least 30% movement speed on your boots, and then additional movement speed on your relics will be a bonus. But yeah, that's about it. Again, I can't stress enough how important honor resistance is. And obviously, your defenses try to cap your res, and I don't have any armor, so you don't have to worry about that. Evasion is nice, but when I did the first boss that I'm going to showcase in a bit here, I had 0% evasion. So you just have to have an active playstyle to actively dodge, but I would say that is not too important. Just cap your resistances, cap your honor resistance, have movement speed, and you should be good. Alright, so I'm going to jump into my next video, and I'm going to pause here and there to show you the boss skills and show you how that works. Alright, so here is my first kill this league on Zaroth, and I'm just going to go over his skill, what he does, and there's really only one ability that will kill you, and that is his one-shot mechanic. But yeah, it has a Q and you can easily avoid it. It's not a concern at all for us. But when you start the fight, usually he would auto attack you with by throwing some boomerangs. As you see here, that's the boomerang that he throws, that thing. It just does some normal physical damage. So if you get hit, it'll just chip away a little bit of your honor, especially if you have honor resistances. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. And he likes to teleport around the arena as well. So if you have any abilities like what I'm using here, Stormlands, you just have to follow him around the arena. But yeah, he throws around these boomerangs. And then right now he's doing a orb volley, where he throws a bunch of little orbs that will, it's very easy to avoid. They move pretty slow. And as you can see around the arena, there's these portals around it as well. They release these orbs as well. So they all do a minimal amount of damage. So if you do get hit, it's not the end of the world. They don't stun you, they don't do anything. It's just, it chips away your honor a little bit. But it's relatively easy to dodge. As you can see here, they move pretty slow. And then he does his auto attack again. He teleports around the arena. And then while he's doing all that, obviously you just want to DPS him down. And then when he teleports to the middle, usually he does one of two abilities. The first ability is when he says watch your step, and he spawns these mines around the arena here like that. Now these mines, when you step on it, it actually paralyzes you or completely slows you. So you can see here 2 seconds of slow here, so I'm unable to move. And when he does these mines, he spins around in a circle counterclockwise, and he does these tendril ability where he shoots these tendrils. So these actually do chip away on your honor a little bit. As you see here, I do get hit and it chips away quite a bit. So you basically have two options here. One is to do what I do later on in the video I'll showcase, where you run around and you avoid these mines and you avoid the tendrils as well. That's one option. The other option is that you can find a spot where there's not too many mines, and as the tendrils come towards you, you just dodge roll over it. So you don't, the mines, they you avoid the mines and you also avoid the tendrils when you do that. And there's a third option where some people say you can stand on the edge of the arena, like somewhere here, and you might not get hit. So I haven't tested that for myself, but what I find easier to do is just to run around, avoid the mines, because like you can see here, I do get hit again by the slow. But again, this is my first fight this league, so just still getting used to it. But and then he goes back to auto attacking, and then he shoots the orb volley again, and then there you go. I'm gonna go back a little bit here. He will turn red as all the other bosses in the game, indicating that he's doing an ability that might one-shot you, and he's gonna release this very slow temporal orb that travels super slow. So it's really unlikely for you to get hit by that. I mean, it moves so slow, and basically when it touches you, it will explode, and I would guess that it will take away a lot of your honor. So just avoid that. It's very easy to look out for. And then again, shooting these little orbs, very easy to avoid. And by about 75 to 50%, typically he will do his first Sands of Time ability right here. So you have to go to the middle to activate it. It says Sands of Time, wait for no one, and it starts this clock. And basically there's these little orbs around the screen, and you need to touch all of them before the clock runs out. So you want to plan your path. That's why 30 movement speed is very important here, and basically you want to touch all the orbs as soon as you can. So I started there, and usually it's pretty simple, and then once you're done, the fight continues. Now if you do mess up and you can't touch every orb and the clock ends, just log out, and that will restart the fight and you'll be able to do everything again. If not, you would fail the fight completely, because if you mess up and you don't touch all the orbs, the boss will basically come towards you, he'll touch you, and the run ends. So if you do mess up, just log out and restart the fight.
You possess a modicum of skill.
Alright, so he does the red blinking thing again, and then as you notice that the orb actually touches your minions, and in this case my Roa is a minion and it explodes on the Roa. So that's something that you can use if you're playing a minion build. This will be a lot easier, because these orbs and even the big orb, they all will get blocked by your minions, so you'll be a lot safer. And that's really all his ability. So he's doing oh, and the last ability here are these pylons, or rather these spinning sort of spikes that spins around the arena. They deal physical damage, so try to avoid them. As you can see, they do spin around like that. And so he's going into the middle and he's doing the mines again. And as you can see here, I do a better job avoiding it this time. You just have to run around and avoid the mines. Pretty simple. I prefer to do it this way instead of standing at the corner or dodge rolling. And then there again, the little orb, very slow. You should not get hit by that. Again, more spinning pylons here, and I'll show you when I do get hit how much damage it does to me. Okay, and the last ability that he does is this thing that you would be familiar with if you were doing the floors coming up to this, is this clock that he has here. It basically teleports you back to your original position when the clock ends. So that's it. It doesn't explode on you, it doesn't do anything. Like, that explosion does not damage you here. As you can see, my honor did not go down. But then I got hit by this pylon here, that actually took my honor down by about 200. So that's how much it does. And I think he's gonna do the last Sands of Time again. So again, just the most important thing is to plan out your route. So I see I'm closest to these 3 here, so I'm gonna start here and then make my way around. Usually you want to go one direction, you don't want to go back and forth.
You may have delayed your destiny, but you
And
have
then
not diverted it.
yeah, just chipping down these pylons, avoid it, avoid the orbs, and then avoid this main ball, and you should be good. So yeah, this boss, in my opinion, it's a really easy boss to fight. It's it does not have a lot of threatening abilities at all. You just need to avoid stuff, and there's nothing surprising about it, nothing that you need a quick reaction to. But yeah, so hopefully this video helps you out. I know a lot of people struggle with their final lab. I actually prefer doing this over the ultimatum, just because, you know, you build up your you get buffs and all that from the floors, and then by the time you get to the final boss here, you're pretty much ready to take on the fight. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them when I can. I'll also link a max roll guide for this fight in the description that goes into the abilities and all that. So hopefully that helps. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.